Hey guys, welcome back to the Secondhand Collective podcast, a podcast by Poshmark users for Poshmark users.
About Poshmark.
That's a given.
I know. It's by Poshmark users for Poshmark users, and it's about
puppies.
Dude, you never know.
Well, I'd be down for that too, honestly. My name is Evan. I like dogs.
I'm Stephanie. I like dogs and cats.
Okay. Let's just start this episode off with a fun little tangent.
Let's do it. It would
Just
not
do
be
it.
an episode of this podcast without that.
Okay. So my parents got 2 cats like a few months ago, and I'm allergic to cats.
Oh.
But so is my dad. But I wanted cats too. You know, whatever. You can just push through those allergies. Mm-hmm. But I did, and I'm not really allergic to them anymore. Unless I like touch my eyes right after petting them or like smush my face into them.
Right.
But sometimes it's worth it, you know?
Yeah.
But right now, I kind of feel like I'm a cat person over a dog person.
I would have actually thought you were more of a cat person.
I just like the satisfaction you get when that cat comes over and
finally
says,
does.
Please pet me. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I got up this morning.
I bet when Kennedy's like 12 years old, you're going to definitely be a dog person because you'll have a human version of that.
Oh, she is being... We have 5 dogs in our house. Kennedy is a dog. Until she started hanging out with Nora, our little baby friend, like... frequently, she just acted like a dog. So, yeah.
That's really funny. Kennedy's so funny. I actually think of Kennedy. I was like playing with Madeline, and I went, tickle, tickle, tickle.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Kennedy, I got this from you.
Kennedy likes to tickle. That's what I tell her with the cats, because she'll like try to pet them like a dog, and I'm like, no, we have to tickle. So she goes, tickle, tickle, tickle. Cats are like, get away.
Oh, that's so cute.
So today we're going to talk about what to do. We're going to talk about what to do with our stale inventory. As well as your stale lives.
Whew, okay.
Both of us are slightly burnt out from life.
Yeah.
I just really need to sleep.
Same.
But we're going to push through this. We're not quitters.
We're doing this for you.
We're going to do this.
People.
So yeah, you can go.
Okay. I know that I get a lot of stale inventory. Evan relists every month. Mm-hmm. That's her goal, is to relist her whole closet. I just kind of list it and forget it and then just share it and hope that someone buys it. So for me, a lot of my inventory gets stale because it's stuff I picked up 2 years ago and it's taking up space and nobody is buying it. And often I'm like, it's not even worth it to pull it out and re-photograph it. Mm-hmm. So that's when I'm like, okay, what do I do with it now? If it's not even worth trying to put it on the wall and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to not have like a nice setup or anything.
Right.
Not that I have the world's best setup now. I did buy a hanger, specially made. Yeah.
What is it? What is
Lily
it?
Pulitzer.
Oh, yeah. You posted a picture of it one day, I think.
Yeah.
Or you showed me.
And I posted a picture of it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Cool.
But I've just grown in how I take pictures and stuff. And sometimes I just am like, yeah, I can't. It's not worth it.
Sometimes when you hate an item so much,
yeah,
you just want to see it die.
Yeah. Or you're like so excited when someone finally buys it and you're willing to like give it away.
I also kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, are you sure you want that? Like, really?
Yeah.
That thing is disgusting to me now.
Yeah.
But to someone, they're like, yes.
Or like,
finally.
Like when you see the word flamingo like 1,000 times, suddenly you're like, flamingo? That's flamingo. That doesn't look right. So when you see the same items over and over, you're like, That's not a nice thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
Sometimes I swear I like sold something. You know, I'm like, no, I sold you. What are you still doing here? Why are you haunting me?
Yeah. Some like bad buys or whatever.
Ugh.
That would be a good episode. Bad buys.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to write that down on this piece of paper. I'm going to promptly throw away.
Yeah. Bad buys.
Bad
you guys
buys.
remind us when we ask for.
We're just going to be like, do you guys have any
I love when people do that.
suggestions for podcasts?
I'm
episodes?
just like,
and people, someone's like, oh, hey, how about all of these that you've said you would do before?
Yeah. I'm just like, you're asking people to do your job.
Not really. Is it really our job to think of topics or to talk about the topics?
To think up topics.
Then we can just post a list of topics one time and be done.
No, I know.
Okay.
I feel like when people usually do that, it's like
they've run out.
But then also, I guess you want to do content that people would want to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
Anyway, we're writing that down one time. Listener requests on this piece of paper that
we always did say we were going to do a nice little Q&A.
Yeah. Start dropping us some
cues.
Questions.
We'd love to answer them.
We'd love to A. Okay, so the stale inventory problem.
Yes.
It hits us all sometimes.
Yes. It happens to all of us.
I'm actually going to just dive right in with something that's not on this list.
Ooh. Surprise.
I know, keeping it spicy.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's like we're an old married couple.
I know. We already know.
And it's like you're going to take me to Outback Steakhouse without me asking.
or knowing. Because we usually just go to Red Robin. Running a sale.
Oh.
I have no success in this. Really. But other people do. Like, especially I think if you have a solid following on Instagram, to have some sort of like super discounted sale. That's like, I would rather take $3 for it than donate it, which I'm about to do.
Now, if you have a sale, I noticed this last time I did a sale and it was pretty successful. Is like,
did you do a 3 for $25 sale?
I think so.
Okay.
Which was like a little ballsy for me, honestly. But a lot of them, I was just like, go.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care. But when someone likes an item, I bundle it and send them an offer. And for the sale, I bundled it and then left a comment saying like, hey, I'm running the sale right now if you would be interested in whatever. Do you do anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. So how would they know about the sale?
I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
Well, what I would do for a while, I had like I called it a star bin. This is before I had like a really big inventory system or whatever.
Yeah.
When I was kind of starting to first be like, whoa, I can't put these in the 4 tubs I have designated. I basically went through and were like, these things are like, I don't need to make a high profit on them. They're all from the bins. They're not brands that I think would bring in a lot of money on their own. And I did a star sale. And that was anything with a star in the listing was 4 for $20.
Okay.
And so that was easier to like in every single listing with a star. It said bundle 4 star items. Send me an offer for $20 and it's yours.
Nice.
So for me, I feel like a semi-permanent sale or like my LuLaRoe sale. I started it one time intending to just have it be a sale. And now it's static.
Yeah.
It's always there. So I mean, if you kind of maybe went through and did something that you were okay having there for a long time.
Right. Putting the effort in.
Yeah. Because aside from that, so that actually made me think of something. I don't really like the idea of putting someone on blast. So I don't want to give like specifics just in case, I don't know, in case someone follows us. I'm logging in to this account because I want to show you this person was running a sale and they must have changed it often. And on my bundle, probably every 3 or 4 days, they would comment something and let me know what their sale was. 6 comments on this bundle.
Oh, like unsoliciting.
Yeah. So October 18th was the first time. Thank you. I've submitted an offer. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Didn't buy it just because it's baby clothes and she kind of grows out, or I end up accumulating some, don't need it. November 28th. Happy Thanksgiving. 50% off original price. 2 days later, the 50% off sale ends tomorrow. Then 2.5 weeks later, I'm leaving town at the end of the week. I can have your items in the mail soon. The New Year, bundles are 50% off. Like,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it's a lot.
So don't do that.
Yeah. So that's where I kind of am like, how do you do that if you're like, I guess if you have it like maybe every 4 months or some, it's like a lot. And for you, your items change because they're relisted. So it's not, someone doesn't have that history of seeing what's happened. But I feel like that it would only have to just continue to get lower. Mm-hmm. And if you hit rock bottom, you'd have no other option but to get rid of those listings because there's no, but I just feel like the social media is the way a lot of people get interest in their sales. Yeah. I tried a 5 for 20 sale recently. Didn't really have any bites. So, but I didn't have an end date. I just posted it like once.
Yeah. I think finding a way to kind of be persistent, or at least post it more than one time. Yeah. But without being like annoying.
But I think like for you, it would make sense if like maybe like the third week of the month, if you ran a sale or whatever, you could change all of your listings. Yeah. And have it reflect in all of them. Mm-hmm. Because as you delete them, you just purge your closet of those listings.
Interesting.
So like if someone happens, because you don't delete your whole closet, do you? And then relist them, or do you just...
No. Right. I do it individual.
Right. Yeah. Because then it would just slowly taper off. So if somebody happened to find your sale and...
It's not like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, so how dare you participate in my sale?
Yeah. I would be interested if someone is really successful at running sales without Instagram.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah. Anyway, just had to jump in and say that.
Cool. Well, then I will talk about relisting very briefly.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing. Yeah, I generally try to relist my closet once a month. It has not been it hasn't been my full closet in a while, but on like your sales report, or no, your inventory report, it'll say how long an item's been there. And I try to keep my item no more than 60 days before relisting it.
That's insane.
Like 2 months. Yeah.
Do you start by, like, when you do that, do you sort by just in and just relist the oldest item?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I just relist, like, I'm fine with my photographs. Like, they all generally look the same, so I don't ever really rephotograph, but sometimes I'll switch out the stock photo.
Yeah.
See if that changes anything. But I find that just having it as a new listing brings traffic into my closet. But that's just me.
Yeah. I think, like I was saying, I have a list of things to pull, and I'll do this one because it's my thing. Oh, yeah. To do what I do with my stale inventory. And then there's some that I have marked as like, I just need a better photo, because sometimes I think I just need to list this so someone can buy it. Because sometimes people will buy things with not great photos.
Right.
But then I'm like, yeah, now I really want to go back and take a really nice photo of this item. But for me, what I do is, I guess it's kind of all bundled together as like online consignment. I send all of my stuff to ThredUp, unless I can send it to the Real. But like I was telling Evan right before this, I sold this week something on the Real and made less money than something I sold on ThredUp this week. So some people say you only get pennies or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? It's all stuff I'd probably donate anyway. So I'll take the pennies without the work. Yeah. I order like 150 padded flat rate polymailers from the USPS. Yeah. Website. I was like, is that the right thing? Yes. Mm-hmm. From that website. And so I get kind of a tall box that's empty. And when it's empty, I just start putting things in there for ThreadUp. It might sometimes be like I've sourced some stuff and I go to list it and I just am like, I'm not excited about this anymore. Maybe it's been sitting for a couple of months and I just have lost interest. So I'll just throw it in there. Or I'll, ooh, did you hear my shoes?
Yeah.
My shoes are sparkly and they like kind of.
They like scratch.
Yeah, weird. But what I've started doing, actually, we did an episode when our February recap. I sold something for $5, but what I do is I mark it down. Like I kind of go from, if it's $10, then I'll mark it down to $8. And if it's already $8, I'll mark it down to $5. So that triggers to me the lowest, like these are the things to pull to send to ThreadUp.
Gotcha.
So I can sort by lowest to highest. And so I'd put it to $5 and someone bought it, which I'm like, that's still fine with me.
Yeah.
But that's how I do it. Then when the box is full, I just send it to ThreadUp. And it's nice because I don't really think about it or worry about it, and it's gone. And because I'm doing it as I'm emptying out my poly mailers, it's kind of like as I'm sending stuff out anyway, I'm just making sure to keep going through my closet and getting rid of things that aren't selling. But then also like the Real, which is for like higher end brands. Honestly, I would say I've only heard of maybe 3% of the brands that they accept. So yeah. And you don't necessarily make a lot more because they have a lot of sales and stuff. So I don't know of any other online consignments. Do you?
I don't think so. That's more your thing. I don't really. I do have a bag from ThreadUp that I need to send in.
Mm-hmm. Is it stale inventory or what is it?
It's a lot of kids' clothes that I was trying to sell on Mercari, and then I was over it.
Yeah.
So
I think we've mentioned this before. I think it would be so interesting to send a bag of stuff just from the bins so you could have like $1 for $1.
Oh, yeah.
Like I spent this much. This is how much I made. See if it's worth it. But I have a couple of the boxes. I sent in 3 boxes and some are full of kids' clothes. So I'm interested to see because it can be up to 30 pounds. So I'm like, maybe because there's more items in there, I might have more of a payout. I don't know.
That'd be interesting. Which one do I want to talk about? Do you do much cross-posting?
Nah.
Okay. I don't really either, but I did for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I did Mercari for a bit, and then I stopped for a bit. I don't know. I find that Mercari really comes in waves.
Yeah.
It's like when you start back up, you're like, sale, sale, sale. And then it's like dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I do know that people swear by cross-posting.
Yeah.
You know, eBay and all that fun jazz. So it's something to try out.
Yeah. I feel like, to me, Mercari, you still have to figure out shipping.
Yeah.
And that's, no matter what, that is my headache of all headaches.
I totally messed up when I was doing it. And I was sending it in like the USPS free boxes. And I didn't realize that.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah. Yeah. Someone had to pay like the shipping, like the something, I don't know.
Like the overage.
Yeah. And then they took it out of my account. So that was fun.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's the thing that is fantastic about Poshmark. Since we last recorded, Poshmark has increased their shipping.
Yeah.
Which is whatever, but I still like that I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So.
It is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, you can always cross-post.
Yeah, I want to try that sometime. I was thinking of trying to cross-post to Mercari, but then I'm getting ready to leave to go to Nashville. So I was like, probably not the best time since there's a little bit more like, do you weigh your items?
With my hands.
Okay. Because I have like a shipping scale. So I was like, to me, I'm like, well, I would weigh it to get the label to make just to make sure that I have the right one. And so I'm like, well, it would be to me the same as if I were to put on like try to start listing on eBay right now, because if something sold, it would be the worst time because we're getting ready to leave for a week. So
I've never used it, but I have heard really good things about Vendu.
Yeah, that's like a cross listing.
Yeah, I know people like swear by that.
We had some people suggest that for relisting as well.
Yeah.
Justin was helping me. God bless Justin. Helping me relist some things, but it only went down to like the last 50 items. Now it's like, those are my newest things. Those are not the things I need help relisting. But yeah, I haven't really dived into that. Is that the correct word? Delved? I've not gotten into it.
I ain't gotten into it yet.
Yeah. So that could be helpful and good.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not like experts on that.
This is a podcast about Poshmark again. This is not a reselling podcast. This is a podcast about Poshmark users.
Because that's generally what
because we're not experts on these other things. We just dabble.
Yeah. You know.
Also taking them to different various buy, sell, trade places. I always think take it to Plato's first, just because they give you cash right away. Anything that doesn't sell, take it to a consignment store. Do you have a lot of success with consignment stores?
To be honest, I've never done it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I would have thought just because you shop.
No.
Interesting.
No.
I feel like growing up, I grew up in the area, so I know. We have one really big. I feel like it used to be really big. I don't know. Is Spanky still really big?
I don't know.
I feel like it's like the main consignment store in our town.
I'd say it's like the higher end one.
I'd say it's the main one, but I think it's just been around longest. I remember being in high school. It used to be in downtown Vancouver.
Oh.
There's like, do you spend much time in downtown Vancouver?
No.
Okay. It's still an empty building, but it was like a 3-story kind of old building, and it was the consignment shop. And then I believe their like color tags were like in the middle, on the middle floor, and they would put all of them there, so you could just shop the middle color tags or whatever. But I remember in high school going and just being like, oh, Spankies, it's so cool. So I always think, oh, let's take our clothes there, and I just don't really feel like they take a lot of my stuff, or I'm so confused about how you get your money.
Generally, if I'm shopping at a consignment store, it's because they have really good sales.
Which is...
So I don't really want to send my stuff to where they're going to be like giving me something for $1.
I will say my sister-in-law, we were talking about kids' clothes and like selling stuff at kids' clothes, selling kids' clothes at various places. And she was like, have you ever been to Once Upon a Child? Because I have found some great things for my daughter, like at really cheap. And I was like, right. So how do they sell it for really cheap? They buy it for really cheap. So that's like something that I keep in mind is like, it's kind of like the real, like I was saying. When I sold an item and I made $6 because it was 70% off and the person used a code.
Yeah.
So it's like it's cool, but I guess unless it's like really, really new and like recent styles, like you're just going to make the same you might at ThredUp.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I think the thing there is it's kind of nice to just let them take it off your hands.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of these options are things you would do if you were most likely just going to donate anyways.
Yes.
So like any amount of money is better than a stick in the eye.
There it is.
So yeah, like it's not like this is going to be another way to bring in the dough.
Yeah. This is just how to maybe get your money back or just not go like make something.
Yeah.
So I would always say too, to take it to somewhere where like they will give you cash right away first. Yeah. So I would go like buy, sell, trade before I would to a consignment store. And then for me, whatever a consignment store didn't take, I would send to ThredUp. Because then it's like, okay, first I tried to get the immediate money. That didn't work. Now let's see if we can just sit on it for a while and maybe make some money. That doesn't work. Let me physically get rid of it and see if I can get a little bit of money that way.
Yeah.
So those are just ideas. But if you're really committed to them and things are just not moving, I think Evan's strategy is really great. With I genuinely do. Like I've been saying, I've been relisting my kind of higher end closet to my regular closet, and I've made some sales from doing that. So definitely, I think there's something to say. And not just that, it wasn't even that I sold the new stuff, but as I was listing more, it was like I got more action in my closet as well. So I think I think it's that thing that triggers new listings.
Yeah,
and
you're feeding Al. Mm-hmm. You're making him happy.
Yeah, and he's rewarding you.
Yeah, he really is.
Well, cool. So if you have any other ideas, we always want to know. We always just want to know all the things, even if you just want to tell us if you're a cat or dog person. We're down to hear it.
I forgot
that's how we started.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of,
I'm really tired, guys.
I'm wrapping it all up. We're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the SHC Podcast. And we're on all the podcast streaming platforms,
including Pandora,
our favorite one. So go ahead and subscribe and leave us a review. Also,
5 stars for Justin.
5 stars for Justin for all the hard work he does. I would also like to say thank you to everyone for your feedback about the levels on our episodes.
Our voice levels,
not our energy levels. They're just always.
We already know that they're top notch.
Today was the first time that Justin was in here listening to us before we recorded, because he's just been staying home with Madeline and just getting us started and leaving. And I think too, I was thinking when I was like, okay, encouraging Evan to talk louder, I started being like, okay, I'm going to bring it down a tiny bit. And I think we just went and flipped.
Switched.
Because Justin was like, I think it sounds fine. Honestly, so when he edits it, I have to like listen through a Bluetooth stereo for whatever reason. Okay. So he plays it on his computer. I have it. So that's why I'm always like doing dishes or something. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go listen to myself talk and then bring it in and do the dishes. And we were listening. And so I have the water running and I was like, I can't hear myself. And then I was like, Justin, there's something wrong. I can't hear myself. Yeah. And he was like, just turn the whole thing up. And I was like, boop, boop, boop. And then Evan was like screaming.
Oh my gosh. You're like, this is my literal hell.
I still can't hear myself. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, so the tides changed and like whatever. So thank you for your concern. We're always here to hear feedback, and we appreciate that you're even attempting to listen to our voices.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us as we figure this out.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're still new to it.
Yeah.
So we will be right back at you in a week.
Are we done with our outro?
I mean, I said we're on all the podcasting platforms. You said to leave Justin a 5-star review.
Okay.
What else do we have to say?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, cool.
I think we're good with that.
All right. So we'll see y'all next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.